Oh yeah, that's what you want to see. Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. So it is Saturday, March 25th, right at 10 a.m. Temperature 76 degrees, humidity is right around 66%. And if you haven't watched the most recent videos, you missed out on a little bit. And the thing you're missing out on is swarm season is in full effect. So I have caught and relocated 3 swarms, but have only successfully retained 1, which is a terrible ratio, one out of 3. And the reason for that, some valuable lessons that I learned recently, is when you relocate or capture a swarm, definitely place a frame of brood in that equipment to really anchor them down, right? So anyway, I said I'm on 3, but check this out. We have potentially, because I don't want to say we have it or not without looking, but we potentially have our 4th swarm over in swarm trap number 3. So I'm about to get into them, loosen the ratchet strap, pop the top, and just do a quick check. But with this amount of bees, I am very confident to say that is definitely a swarm. And one of the reasons I'm so confident is because I was out here Thursday night transferring swarm number 3 into the bee yard, or relocating them, and I shined my flashlight up into the entrance of the swarm trap, and you could see the cluster of bees hanging from the bottom of the frame. So that actually might be a fairly large swarm. So let me get suited up and take you on a little bit of a journey up the ladder, and we'll pop the top and we'll see if we have a swarm. And if I think we do, which I do right now, I'm going to loosen up the box, place it on top of the ladder, secure it with the ratchet strap, and then basically the reason for that is I'm going to give the bees the majority of the day to reorientate maybe 2 feet lower to that entrance, which will make it easier tonight to transfer them from the top of the ladder over into a spot on the hive stand. So I'm not messing with climbing the ladder at night and trying to balance the swarm trap, which sometimes they do get kind of heavy. So anyway, let me get suited up and let's pop the top on swarm trap number 3 and see what we got going on. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. What do y'all think? Oh yeah, that is a decent amount of bees in there. So I'm thinking we definitely have a swarm. All right, let me do what I said. Drop the swarm trap on top of the ladder here. Let them reorientate throughout the day, and then transfer them tonight. All right, there you have it. That's pretty much all I want it to do right now. So all these bees that are kind of flying over the trap right now, give them a few hours and they'll reorientate to where the actual hive or swarm trap entrance is. And then tonight, just a matter of unsecuring the trap from the ladder and then moving them over into the bee yard. It is Sunday, March 26th, just about 4:30 in the afternoon. Temperature 72 degrees, humidity is about 76%, and there is light rain expected in the next 10 to 20 minutes. That should last for about an hour. So I'm trying to beat that rain. So I'm out here again in the bee yard. Been out here a lot lately, but this time I'm out here to move swarm number 4 into the 5-frame equipment that you see right there. So my swarm traps are 4-frame swarm traps. So I have 1 frame ready to go in the bottom box, and then I have 5 frames of drawn comb in the top box. And that is exactly what I did with the very first swarm, which is right over here. I'll show you the single deep. So move them out of the swarm trap, move them into the same configuration I just showed you, and within a week the queen moved up and started laying in the top box, and a week later I was able to move them over into some 10-frame equipment. So again, trying to beat the weather. But yeah, let's take a first look at swarm number 4. 4 swarms in the month of March. As soon as the warm temp came in, the warm temps, the bees started to get very active and start swarming. And speaking of, I'm gonna have to check this maybe later today or tomorrow afternoon, but there have been a ton of bees on this swarm trap. And this is the location that I caught the first swarm, which was early to mid-March. So that's what I'm up to. All right, let me get suited up, get the smoker lit, and then let's get into the swarm trap here, take a first look, and transfer them over into the 5-frame equipment. All right, let's give them some smoke and share a first look with you. Oh yeah, that's what you want to see. Definitely ready to be moved over. Alrighty, here we go. Again, trying to move fairly quickly just because we got some rain coming. Probably a good idea to get my queen clip ready just in case. All right. Yeah, I don't know when this swarm moved in. I mean, I have kind of an idea, just not right now. I'd say within the last week. They haven't been in this box long. So I like leaving the swarms in the box for just a little bit, like a few days. Mainly so they can get situated. Ton of nectar on this side, which is fantastic to see they're getting that much from natural resources. But yeah, I like to leave swarms in a swarm box for a few days just so the queen can start laying, but not long enough to where they draw as much comb as they did before, which I'm referring to the first swarm. That was probably in the box for maybe a week. And there's the queen right there. So that's fantastic to see that quickly. Look how big she is. All right, let's try and get her caged. All right, just like that. I got her caged. Scrape some comb. I'm just gonna scrape it to where it falls straight down into the swarm trap. Yeah, this is a decent sized swarm for sure. So, found the queen, not much else to look for. But I am curious to see if they're laying or if she's laying at all. So far I just see a ton of pollen. Or I'm sorry, not pollen, but nectar. So maybe they just need some space that I'm about to provide them. All right, just like that. It is that simple, that quick. We are now transferred into a 5-frame. There are a ton of bees down in the trap, so like usual, what I'm gonna do, move the queen aside and just invert the trap on top of the 5-frame and just bang all the bees down in there. Maybe some smoke will help too, kinda, yeah. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe smoke them down into the 5-frame. But yeah, it's a nice size swarm trap. Essentially it fits right on top of your 5-frame equipment. Not too big, not too small. but I have a feeling this swarm will take off very quickly. Alright, so a few things left to do. I'm going to slide this box over right where the trap was at, so any field bees can quickly reorientate with where they were. I'll leave the trap where it's at right now, so any bees that are still in the trap will make their way in here in no time. And for my last party trick, I'm going to try and mark this queen. So I've had pretty good luck transferring queens from queen clips into the marking tool. This past week was a little key, but let's see if I can do it again. Let's see, give her plenty of space. Primary focus is really just and there you go. Alright, so now I can really focus on marking her. Prime the pen. Yep. So let's get her marked. Get her released. And that's pretty much it for today. Alright, just need you to turn around. There you go. Nope. Nope. Says good enough. Alright, she should be dried off by now, so let's work on getting her released. And that is it. Alright, I need you to go down in the box. And down she goes. Alright, there you have it, folks. That is how simple it is to transfer a swarm into some equipment. As some of y'all may know, it's not rocket science. So they now have 6 more frames of drawn comb to use, and I think this colony, just like the first swarm we caught, will take off in a matter of a week. So like I was saying in the intro, I will leave them configured just as such in a double stack 5-frame nuke boxes. The 4 frames from the swarm trap are down in the bottom with an extra frame, 5 frames of drawn comb up top, and within a week should see a big difference. So I'm on a weekly schedule, a weekly routine now that we have days and days and days of warm weather. So I'll be out here next Saturday to check on them, so 6 days from now, and I would be pretty excited if I saw that she started laying eggs in the top box or even in the bottom box. So we'll see. Bees tend to move up, so that's why I put the drawn comb up in the top box there. Alrighty, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Cole's Farm here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. Like usual, feel free to share any of our content with your friends and family. And if you happen to like this video, just hit that thumbs up button. And by doing so, maybe we'll start to get our name out there a little more than we are, using the old YouTube algorithm. So yeah, that's it. Quick look at the rest of the hives. Got hive number 1 down there limping along. This is hive 4, have 5 actually in the second position, which is the first swarm we caught about 2 weeks ago. Hive number 2, or actually that's 3. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This one's doing well. They may have swarmed. They have quite a few swarm cells. This one was quite a few medium boxes that I condensed into one, and the queen already moved up into the top box. Not that I found her yet. And then this is my next project. So the bees are bringing in pollen, which usually means they're feeding brood. And as I say that, that's kind of a true statement, but it's not the brood you want them to be feeding, meaning I'm pretty sure I have a laying worker in that box because there's several, well, a lot. There's a lot of cells that have several eggs, multiple eggs. So I'm gonna have to figure that out later in the week. But my main focus, again, was getting our 4th swarm into some equipment. And then, just like in the intro and the B-roll, I'm definitely gonna have to keep my eye on this box because they have a ton of activity, and I would not be surprised that a swarm moved into this box, because if you look closely, they are hanging out and fanning. So TBD on that, right? And just to think, it is only March. This is crazy, at least crazy to me. All right, hey, again, thanks for watching, everybody. See y'all next time.